No, one something that I think about a lot is why do we tend to focus on the things we don't have, the people who aren't there, the opportunities we haven't gotten or that we missed, versus the things we do have, the people that are there, the doors that God has opened that we did walk through. You know, the positives in life. Why do we tend to focus on the negative aspects of life versus celebrate and cherish the beautiful and just good things that happen to us on a day-to-day basis, man? This is something that I tend to do a lot, man. I tend to be very hard on myself in certain aspects, especially, past decisions and things I've done in the past. When I wasn't the best father from a standpoint of being present, not absent. I was in the house, but I wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? For not being the best husband, when I was, cheating and just a piece of shit, man. I was a piece of shit, like, honestly. And I tend to think about those things with deep regret and deep guilt, and I kind of get in a funk sometimes because I look at the person I am now, I look at the man I am now, and it's like, man, like, how are you ever that person? Like, that's just horrible. You know what I'm saying? But we all have a story. We all have a story. You know what I'm saying? We all come from or have done something that we're not proud of. But we can't allow those things to hold us hostage and to be scared of walking into our destiny. And for a while, I did not want to do a YouTube channel and talk about being a man and being a husband and being a father, because I was like, bro, like, you used to cheat on your wife, like, you did not have a you were there with your daughter, but you weren't trying to build a relationship with her when she was little. Like, there were a whole lot of things you just wasn't fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? And I was holding myself hostage, saying that because of that, I had no right to speak now. It's almost like regret and guilt was trying to silence me. You know what I'm saying? But then one day I was like, listen, bro, that's not who you are. You changed. You know what I'm saying? You did and are doing the work to continue to grow and become a better man, better husband, better father, better contributor to the greater good of the world. Bro, that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to be careful with our mind, man. Everything I talk about is internal. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't control what other people do. We can't control other people not being there for us. We can't control other people leaving us. We can't control being overlooked for opportunities. We can't control any of that, but we can control how we internalize and how we let that affect us, right? We can either take that as stepping stones and assess the situations and say, okay, well, what can I work on next time? Or we can, when it comes to relationships especially, man, and I'm not talking about romantic necessarily, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about friends. We can look at those situations when certain people walk away, right? First thing we need to do is we need to say, okay, what part did I play in it, right? Always start with yourself. And then from there, you begin to evaluate the relationship as a total package. And you really look at the relationship and you say, well, was I being poured into, or was I doing most of the pouring? Right? Was I the one pouring into this person, or trying to put myself out there and do different things, but it wasn't necessarily being reciprocated? Reciprocity is important, man. It will make or break any relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, from there, you just gotta count it as a learning lesson, man. And you gotta understand that sometimes God wants you to be in a place of solitude and aloneness with yourself, right? Because he can't deal with you if you are being distracted by other people. So sometimes he'll allow people to walk away. He'll allow relationships to deteriorate, and he'll allow certain things to happen just so he can get you to a place where you have no choice but to focus on him. You know, you have no choice but to focus on him and yourself, right? Because it's something he's trying to pull out of you. But if you're trying to play God to everybody else and be this to everybody else, and wear all these different hats and different things, sometimes you kind of get your relationship with God gets lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes God will allow certain things to fall apart in order to reach us, so to speak. But the beautiful thing about God is that he's and I got this from T.D. Jakes. He's a God of restoration, man. Just because a relationship deteriorated right now doesn't mean that once God is through doing the work in you or in that person, that relationship won't come back together. You know what I'm saying? But we just got to play our part, man. And that's just life as a whole. This video, it ain't really got no one purpose, man. I'm touching on a few different things. We all got to play our role. It's like we all want to change the world by trying to change other people. Like, no, man, you change the world by changing yourself, because you would be surprised of the impact that you have on somebody else's day. If you in the right headspace, if you in the right spiritual, emotional, mental space, if you in the right space, man, you come in contact with this random person, they having a bad day, but your energy is right, you passing on to them, then they do the same thing, and here it is, you've affected 20, 30, 40 people that day because of a chain reaction that all started with you having the right type of mentality from the get-go. You understand what I'm saying? And so, man, we just got to play our role, man. Focus on yourself. If you feel alone, don't look at it as a negative. Really sit with yourself. Really say, okay, why am I feeling this? Really assess your life and say, right now, do I even have the privilege or should I even be out here mixing up like that? Or should I be focusing on myself, focusing on God, focusing on my career, my family? You gotta be honest with yourself, man. So I just wanna leave that with y'all, man. Like I said, this video is kind of all over the place, but it's something that I just wanted to talk about. I'll probably break down different aspects of this video in separate videos, later on. But man, I just want to touch on a couple of things real quick. But man, like always, don't chase what the world perceives to be great. Chase your purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have questions or you got any topics that you would like for me to cover in future videos, you can email me at atoreed, REED, 91 @gmail.com. And until next time, peace.